Hi, I'm Michel-lyn. I am a newly approved PAOC global worker. I am preparing to move to Bolivia, and I have a question that I'd like to ask you. Has there ever been a time when you felt like you're not good enough? I think that all of us can relate to that feeling. What's happening in Bolivia is that pastors are feeling that way themselves. The reason why is that the educational system in Bolivia has undergone a major shift in the last 30 years. Back in the past, the population of Bolivia was largely uneducated, and there were very high illiteracy rates. And so pastors didn't need much of an education to be able to lead their congregations. So nowadays, though, college is very much expected, and 36% of the entire population is currently enrolled in some type of post-secondary education. And so pastors are falling behind their congregations educationally. Bolivia is a very much honor-based culture, and so titles mean a lot to them. Here in Canada, we only call doctors by the level of education that they've received, but in Bolivia, they have titles for bachelors and masters as well. And so whenever people are introduced, they trot out all the titles. And so because these pastors don't have any titles, it puts them at the bottom of an unseen social hierarchy, and they can be looked down upon because of that. I'd like to show you a picture of Pastor Rafael. He is a pastor in Quillacollo. He is the gentleman on the left. He is one of the pastors who is feeling the struggle of not having enough education. Let me introduce you to Jeremiah and Marge Campbell. They are Assemblies of God missionaries. They have been working in Bolivia for the last 8 years. Amongst other things, they have started up a global university to meet the educational needs of the pastors in the area. Global University is a fully accredited school through the U.S., and they allow their school to be open, branches of the school to be opened up in other countries. Because it's a distance ed program, pastors that have a congregation already can remain with their congregations while they study, and students that are younger and don't have a congregation yet can remain at home and save money on room and board costs. So what does this mean for me? I'm going to be working as the administrative assistant of the Bible College. But more than that, my heart is really that of a servant. So the tag phrase that I've come up with to sum up my ministry is coming alongside. Ever since I was a little girl, that phrase has always resonated with me, because I really do want to come alongside of people and help them to achieve their dreams. I see this playing out in two different ways in Bolivia. The first way is that right now the Bible College leadership, out of necessity, is having to do the administrative tasks, but because it's not their gifting, it's something that they have to force themselves to do. They don't really enjoy it. It's a chore that they just have to do. But if I can come along and operate in my strengths of administration, taking care of such things as processing transfer credits and following up with students, then that frees up the leadership to operate in their strengths of leadership, and then together we can work together to disciple these students. The second way that I'll be coming alongside is that I will be coming alongside of the students, helping them to meet their educational goals so that they can achieve the degrees that they are wanting, so that they no longer feel like they're not good enough anymore. So coming back to the story of Pastor Rafael, the young man on the right is his son. His name is Jonathan. He is currently enrolled in classes at the Bible College, and he is receiving the training that he needs to be able to lead the congregation into the future. One of the main goals of Global University is that we really want to make disciples who make disciples. And in this case, that really will be the effect. Because we are training up pastors do have effect on their congregation, and so there really will be a ripple effect. Today, I'd like to invite you to be part of that ripple effect. There are a couple of ways that you can do this. The first is by prayer. Prayer really means a lot to me when I'm over on the field. If you would like to receive regular updates with me, please email me at the email address on the screen. So the second way that you can help me is through donations. I am required to fundraise to be able to move to the field, and there are two different ways that you can donate. The first is that you can make a monthly pledge. That really is what gets me to the field and keeps me there. And the second way is if you're not able to make a monthly commitment, you can also make a special donation. That helps with one-time expenses. For either of those donations, you can click on the link that's on the screen, and you can set up those donations. So if you've ever felt like me, like you're not good enough, I'd like to invite you to partner with me to be able to spread the truth that in God we are good enough. So I look forward to partnering with you to make that impact on the lives of people in Bolivia.